Toy Story is my favorite film of all time, and that means I was very nervous but excited for the film Lightyear, because this is the movie that Andy saw back in 1995 that made him want to get his own Buzz Lightyear action figure. And after seeing this film, I definitely would want my own Buzz Lightyear action figure, because this film goes to infinity and beyond. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Lightyear, Pixar's brand new effort coming to theaters this week, and wow. Now, again, I didn't see too many trailers for this one. I wanted to stay pretty far back from it because I didn't want to get my expectations too high, but I was quite excited for this. A lot of the reasons being that I am a massive Toy Story fan. I wanted to see what this new idea possibly could be for this entire franchise. As well, if you see the VHS behind me, I was a major fan of Buzz Lightyear Star Command, the old school fashion show on Disney Channel.
Buzz Lightyear of Star Command!
So this could have mixed all these different ideas, but in a sense what Pixar has created is their own thrilling, epic space adventure that has some emotional moments to it, as well as a lot of hilarious films, but it really much is an awe-inspiring adventure in space that really blew me away and is totally an homage to 90s space action films such as Star Trek, Star Wars, and anything that you can even imagine. Maybe even a little bit of Flash Gordon in there. But it's all there, and it wears its pride right on side of its chest. We're definitely going to be having a lot of fun talking about this movie, guys, so make sure to leave your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. Are you excited for this movie? Are you not? Would you want to see a Woody's Roundup movie? Maybe that would be pretty cool. Let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are, as well as hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy talking movies, because I will be ranking all the Toy Story films, including Lightyear, as well as every Pixar movie this week, so if you enjoy content like this, make sure to stay tuned. Starting with my pros, I know we say this with every single Pixar movie, but the animation truly continues to excel and exceed in almost every single avenue. And I was truly impressed to see how beautiful this film is. Now, I got the chance to see this in IMAX. And some IMAX films, I feel like, can be a little bit overrated, to be honest, in the way that you can view it. You know, you see Top Gun Maverick, you're like, yeah, this is a must-see in IMAX. You see the likes of Dune, another film that's a must-see in IMAX. This is a film that ranks right above there. This is one of the best IMAX theatrical experiences I've had in the last 5 years. The way that they created the space sequences when he's flying through, or the way that you see all the stars, it is insane. And this is different than anything Pixar has done. I know we've gotten The Incredibles where we see a ton of action in there, but this is truly a straightforward action sci-fi film that is very thrilling, and each and every moment that provides that giant ratio of IMAX is truly spectacular. And I can only hope that when it comes to home video that they can include that, because this is the way to see this film. And the animation, all the attention to detail, everything little bits in there really paid off. As well as adding in there, one thing I do actually want to mention is the homages in here and the way that it just plays perfectly. Like, if you catch the lines that, of course, Buzz Lightyear has as catchphrases, they are put in here. There's moments in here that really much harken back to any of the Buzz Lightyear mythology and lore that we've seen throughout the Toy Story films, and they're placed in here in a way that's like, hey, I got that. You're like Leonardo DiCaprio from Once Upon a Time, and I love that. And I loved it so much because if you are a fan, you're going to be able to catch all these different aspects, but it adds to this entire world of what Andy saw back in 1995. And you truly see what was his Star Wars. Like, this is his version of Star Wars. But it's a film that also, on its surface, has a message about time, about regret, and what does time mean to us as humans. And I've always been so fascinated with that. It has a little bit of mix of Interstellar in there, as well as other elements from previous sci-fi films that have come out soon, especially like The Martian, but it just works so well. And really much, how does it feel to be humans, and what happens when we feel like we've lost time, or maybe lost something for other people and it was our fault. Lightyear has that in him, and we see the Buzz Lightyear that we have in here pretty much kind of reflect into the toy version of him as well. But you know, before Woody wakes him up and says, "You are a toy!" And I think that's what Angus MacLane really did such a fabulous job with in this film, was creating an atmosphere for that. And as well as directing his voice actors in such a stunning way, because Chris Evans, you know, I love the dude. But him as Buzz Lightyear, he sank right into the role, giving us a new interpretation of Buzz Lightyear that is very accurate to what Tim Allen gave us, because their voices are very surprisingly similar, but into the way when you look at this, you're like, okay, this is Chris Evans playing Buzz Lightyear, they feel very similar to Tim Allen in the way that he voiced Buzz. And I love that because it kind of makes sense. Like when you get an action figure toy and you play the voices, it's clearly not Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans or Chris Hemsworth if you're getting one of the Avengers toys, but it kind of sounds just like them. And I thought that was such clever casting in the way that they were able to do that. Keke Palmer as well is great. James Brolin is fantastic as Zurg. And Taika Waititi stole a lot of different moments in here. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Dale Solis as Darby Steele, who I could not get enough of her character. But one of the biggest standouts in here is Peter Sohn as Sox the Cat. You are all going to want your own Sox the Cat after this film. You know what else you're going to want to do after you see this film? Is you're going to want to go see it again. And you're going to cry your eyes out because this is a deeply emotional film at the same time, like I mentioned, in the way that it talks about its themes, its messages, and everything of that nature, and the way that it does affect Buzz. Now, while I thought it was predictable in the direction that it was starting to go in the first 30 minutes, I was like, okay, I get where this is going. And, you know, there is actually one twist in the film that I was very glad to have not predicted, but I loved where they went. And again, goes and harkens back to that entire thematical message of what Lightyear is trying to say. But damn, did that first 30 minutes hit hard. And I bawled my damn eyes out. I was in tears. I did not anticipate being that emotional over Buzz Lightyear. And I loved it. I love this movie. I love this film. And I find it to be so incredible in the way that it's able to bring all this to life. Because again, watching the trailers and watching the bits that I did see, I just thought, okay, this is going to be a really cool sci-fi action film in the Lightyear world. And it's going to be fun for that. But I didn't expect to resonate so much with the story, with the characters, with the atmosphere that was created here with its themes and messages once again. And as well, I'm stunned by the space sequences in here. Like, I can't express enough. I know I'm reiterating myself. Please see this film in IMAX. The animation is probably some of the best that Pixar has ever done. And again, those homages that you see, there's one moment in particular, crowd-pleasing moments where I wanted to jump up and cheer. And I was grabbing my girlfriend's hand, shaking it in so much excitement. God, I love this film. I cannot wait to see it again. People might be wondering, well, Zach, did you have any issues with the film? To be honest, looking back on it, I really don't. Maybe there's a couple slow moments here and there, but even other than that, it really didn't bother me whatsoever. But I can see some people maybe having issues with this film, not getting the film that they were expecting, or maybe not getting the type of film you would expect from something in the Toy Story world. This is vastly different. And once I kind of shifted my perspective away from the Buzz Lightyear that I knew, because it took just a little bit to singe into what I was doing, I absolutely started to fall more in love with this film. And the more and more that I thought about it, the more and more I just can't wait to see it again. It's where Lightyear exceeds all expectations for me, truly going to infinity and beyond. An emotional, thrilling space epic that is a true marvel to see in IMAX. I can't express enough, please see this film in IMAX. The animation is stunning, but each space sequence was truly out of this world. I adore this film and need more Star Command. The second it ended, all I want is a sequel. I could see them even doing a Disney Plus series, but seriously enough, the way that they were able to create this vast world, it just harkens back to all that 80s, 90s nostalgic adventures in space. Whether you're watching one of your early morning cartoons or any sort of nature like that, your creative vibes are coming back through there, and it just made me feel like a child all over again. I love this film, and I can't wait to hear all your guys' thoughts this weekend on it. So with all that said, I'm going to give Lightyear an A+. And maybe you're thinking, hey Zach, aren't you like a giant Toy Story fan? I am. But I was still hesitant, and I always do go in hesitant to films like this because the franchise means so much to me, and I was truly surprised by this one. So make sure you guys leave your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section, hit that like and subscribe button, look forward to my Pixar rankings very soon if you're catching this review, maybe later in the weekend, maybe you've already seen those videos, or maybe you're about to see them right now in the end credits. They'll be right there, but thank you once again for watching this. Head on over to Sam Tron Films on how to see films early, and of course, until next time, stay classy.